Hello again, welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is BGFH and I'm back for another hardware review. And believe it or not, we're back for another headset review. And I'm probably going to be doing a few of these to compare some products. And I'm not sure in what order or how I'm going to upload these or even how I'm really going to record all these. But basically, if you've followed a couple of videos on my channel, you know that my headset that I was using to record a lot of my YouTube content, a lot of my game videos, finally kind of bit the big one. The cord shorted out in it, and there's really not much I could do. And so I was looking for a new headset. And the one we're looking at here is the Turtle Beach PX22. These are, it's a gaming headset. You can find these, I would say, between 50 and 80 bucks, depending on the sale, depending on where you find them. I can't remember what I paid for mine. It was somewhere kind of in the middle of there. This is a stereo headset. It is not surround sound. It is not a surround sound headset, but you know what? That's actually not a big deal. As you'll find in one of my other reviews that I'm going to do, like I said, if I back up here, I've just got this freaking mess on my desk. I've got headphones galore, 2 or 3 different pair that I've been evaluating, a couple that I brought back. You know, here is my PX21s. That boohoo are not working anymore. Really like these, by the way. I never really did a hardware review for those, but they are, the PX21s are the older version of the PX22s that we're looking at right over here. So originally I had bought the PX21s to use as a good gaming headset for my PS3 because, you know, I live in an apartment and I didn't really want to do a lot of surround sound stuff and make all my neighbors mad, you know, playing my consoles with my 5.1 setup. I've tried it before and it's always this weird balance of trying to figure out, you know, how I can have it loud enough to where it'll sound good but not, you know, make all the neighbors mad. So I use it with the PS3 a little bit. But then I started doing the YouTube stuff, and I found that, hey, these actually are working pretty darn well. I love the mic in them, the PX21s, so I thought, okay, well, let's try the PX22s when these things broke. So like I said, I was using those PX21s pretty much exclusively. Like I said, you go back to my early videos, and I don't even remember what I was using. There was this just really cheap headset. I mean, it worked, but it was not great quality. And then I went to the Turtle Beach ones and never looked back. So originally, it took me a pair or two of headphones to get to this point. I did look at these ones here. Now these are the, what do they call it? Z60s. These are also Turtle Beach. I thought, well, I like the PX21s. Let's try, this is a 7.1 headset. And really comfortable, really nice headset. But I have a couple of issues with it, and I'll talk more about that in another video. But basically, I had a lot of issue, my main issue was with the recording or microphone quality. So that is the problem that I had with those. And because I do so much recording, you know, I don't want to give you guys crappily recorded video. I want to do something decent for you guys. So I tried. I even contacted Turtle Beach support. And again, I'll talk more about that in the other video. But I've kind of come to the conclusion that I'm kind of going to stick to, at least for straight up recording and general gameplay, until they make some really, really good advances in like 3D audio, actual 3D positional audio and things like that, and more things support it, you know, standard. I'm going to stick with stereo just because it's less hassle. You know, a long time ago, you remember I did the video review for my Razer Megalodon 7.1 headset. I did try again recording with those, and while not terrible, especially after the PX21s, I couldn't get the headset to really do what I wanted it to. I had a microphone issue with that. It's just especially on my new computer. I don't think I noticed as much on my old rig, but on my new computer I noticed that there were some other issues. And I'd also had some other issues with that headset. So enough background, I apologize. These are the Turtle Beach PX22s. And the PX means that they work with your PlayStation 3, your Xbox 360, and presumably with the new consoles as well. I don't have either of the new consoles, so I cannot verify this, but they are supposed to work with it. I've read online that you can, in fact, use these with the modern gen consoles. So first thing I'll say is these things are super light. They're very lightweight. They're very comfortable around the ears. They got the kind of nice, soft, almost feels like a memory foam-ish kind of thing around the ear cups. I don't know if it is memory foam, but it's some kind of foamy, cushiony thing. I put in a lot of time on them this weekend, and they work very well. You got the little kind of blue Turtle Beach logo in the ear cups there. I like the blue color of these, but I'm a big fan of blue, so I do like all the little blue accents in them. You got, just like on the headphones, you got some nice mesh cushioning for your head on top of the headphone. And then you've kind of got this pleather stuff on the top. Not bad. And then you got the little blue, the little accents on either side of the headband there. One thing I will say is, yes, they are very light, and yes, I like that. But I do think that I do want to be careful with these because despite being so light, I also think they're a little bit too plasticky. You know, there's not really a lot, if any, metal on these things. Everything is really light plastic, which again is nice for lightness, but I want something durable too, so we'll just have to see over time how these hold up as far as durability. On your left ear cup, you've got your boom mic that you can swivel down from the little thing right here where my thumb is, but you can also, it's got like a little metal plastic thing there, whatever it is. You know, you can kind of bend it and play with it that way. That works really well. You've kind of got a little pop filter, noise filter on the end of it, which I do like. And I will say the microphone clarity on these, I'm very satisfied with them. I've used them for Skype. I've tried a little bit of recording just to see, and I'm very pleased with what I've heard so far. So I believe these are going to be my mainstay replacements for my old PX21s for recording YouTube content. So these are the headphones. Like the PX21s that I had before, this is what makes this thing really cool. So you plug the 3.5-inch jack into this little amplifier box, and then you have this super, super long cord. I mean, I don't even know, it's probably like 10 feet. This nice thick cord that I just haven't re-wrapped up, but it's all the way up there on the top of my new rig. There's my nice tower over there, guys, by the way. Nothing too fancy, a little bit of glowy light up there, but goes up to your USB. We got plugged in there. and then you're into your 3.5-inch headphone port on the front or side or wherever on your computer. And I'll explain that here in a second. Back down to the little pod or the little amplifier. On the back, you get a nice little belt clip if you want to, clip it to your belt or your shirt or whatever, just to keep it out of the way when you're gaming, but keep it close. You have all kinds of knobs on this thing. So you've got, oh crap, I turned some of them there. You've got your mic volume here. So this is where you can adjust as you're using the headset. They do a really good job of noise canceling, or of at least muffling the noise. So I don't really hear a lot, including myself, when I'm talking via Skype or doing a recording. And I find it weird to hear myself muffled so much. So I can turn this one up and I can let myself, let my audio kind of bleed through, so I can kind of hear myself in the headset a little bit more, but you can turn that up or down. Some people like it, some people don't. And usually I think I would turn it off. But like I said, because the way they muffle, I think that I would use that more often than I thought. Then you got your mic volume, and then you have your regular volume. On the other side, you've got your knobs for bass and treble, and then you've got a mic switch. So you notice a little blue light on the main side here. I think the way this works, I haven't played with this feature just because I really haven't used some of these devices, but basically there's another hole right there, and you can actually plug your phone in. So like you could be gaming, but if you get a call, you could actually answer the call with your headset as well. And it does come, I don't have the box with me right now. Not too much to show. I mean, they're just a cable's a cable basically. But it does come with that comes with also a cable so that you can hook it up to your Xbox controller. It comes with a cable to, like a little phone cable, so you can hook it up to your phone, and then a little adapter for your PS3. But this mic slider, there's like a low and a high mic boost. There's the phone, and then like a mute, or I forget what the third one is, but so you can kind of see, you got so you got the phone, and then it looks like the mute is on the far end when it turned red like that. So I usually have it at the far end here. Couple things to note about how this thing works with the PC. I have not really used this one with any consoles yet, because my primary use for this headset is going to be using it with my PC for gaming, and for talking via Skype with people, and for, of course, doing a lot of these videos. So one thing that I found out is when you get the headset, originally I just plugged in the USB because I thought, okay, it works as a USB headset. Yes, it does. But I was a little worried at first, because when I plugged it in, yes, I got sound right away. Yes, I could use the mic right away, and the mic sounded good. But the actual audio sounded kind of like garbage. I mean, it was okay, but there was no range. It was just really flat mid, not a lot of high treble, really no bass whatsoever. I'm like, oh, these things can't sound that bad, can they? So I did a little checking, and basically the trick is, what you do is you have to plug in the USB. It gets the power and it runs your mic. It'll run all of your communication apps. But you also want to go ahead and plug in your 3.5-inch cord up here, because that is what's actually going to kick in. Your computer is going to register that as its own, off of its regular sound card. So I just have one of the Realtek HD audio devices in there. It uses that for all the games and movies and stuff, and then your little amplifier will kick in, because when I was playing with this with just the USB, what would happen is this pretty much became my volume. None of these other ones, my bass, my treble, this really didn't do anything. So I'm like, okay, that's odd. So there was, just like I said, if you just plug in the USB, you can use it, but it's not really going to sound good, and you're not going to have the complete functionality. So you want to plug in that 3.5-inch cord and set that up. Now I will record a very short video in conjunction with this, and I will do a mic test video, and I will show you how to set up your headset so that you get your game audio and so that you actually get your communication stuff, whether you're doing in-game or whether you're doing, like, I primarily use Skype when I'm communicating with other people in the game. So I'll show you kind of how to set that up in a quick little setup, a short setup video. So that is essentially that is the headset. How do they sound? They actually sound quite good. Once you realize that you have to plug in that 3.5-inch jack, they sound very good. I've played quite a few different games with them. I've played a little bit of first-person shooters. I've played some kind of indie platformers. I've played Mortal Kombat. Like I said, I've talked on Skype, watched a few videos, listened to some music, and overall it sounds pretty good. I do like the fact that, you know, once you get everything set up and you do have your bass and treble boost, or you can turn it on or off, or, you know, little kind of equalizer sort of settings there. So that works really well. I like that. I like that I can adjust my game volume and my chat volume. So it's nice. I can actually turn down my game volume a little bit if I want to, the way I have it set up, and then I can also turn up or turn down my Skype volume or whatever communications I'm using separately. So that works really well. One little oddity that I do want to show you, since it is up on my screen right now, I'm going to point at my computer monitor here. Now, I have got Steam up in the background here, but you notice that in the middle, I've got this Realtek window, and I haven't figured out why this happens. But when you first plug it in, I expect it. When you get the thing of, if you have a screen reader running, it'll say a device has been plugged into the audio jack. You unplug it, and it says, oh, a device has been unplugged from the audio jack. Well, no kidding. When you plug it in, though, you're given the option to choose your device. So zoom in here. Oh, I got the flash going there. That's why. But you're given the option. So, like for headphones. And then you click, let's see, where is my mouse? Okay. So I go here, click next, and then I can choose between, like, what kind do I have? Earbuds? God, no-ish. I have those headphones on the right there. That's fine. I'll click next again. And then, boom. Now I can, if I wanted to, I could change some settings here, do a little test right here. It would play the sounds in each ear just to make sure things are working. You have that set up. So when you first plug them in, that's expected. That's totally fine. But what happens is for some reason, after a seeming amount, random amount of time, for some reason, and I have to go through this process in order for the amplifier to work. Like if you're just using the USB part, none of this happens because the USB is like its own audio device and you don't have to worry. But if you're going to get all your bonus features, using your amplifier and your actual headset, you're going to want to, that might come up for you. But what happens is I have to actually redo this sometimes because I'll leave my machine idle, or there's been one time where I was on a Skype call with Jawbreaker and just out of the blue, my audio quality changed and I could tell that I was back just down to the USB audio mode. I'm like, what the heck? That doesn't sound good. Alt-tab away, and this wizard again had popped up, and it had that, it said, oh, choose your device again. So something is causing my machine every once in a while to revert back to, it's just treating my headset as a single device instead of using both the USB communications part, and then the 3.5-inch audio jack for the Realtek device. So it's not the end of the world. It hasn't really seemed to really cause any problems per se so far, but it is just this minor annoyance of like, okay, I have it set. Why don't you just stay that way? I don't know why it actually does that. And if I figure that out, maybe I'll post something and let you guys know how to fix that issue. But that is one minor issue that I have found with this headset. Otherwise, works great. Sounds good. Like I said, I think my only real complaint is I think I'm going to have to be pretty careful with them, because you just feel it, and some of the pieces, you know, they're nice, but they're maybe a little too much light plastic. I'd like to see a little more maybe durability, a little more structure in there, just to make sure that these last. So hopefully these things will be long lasting, and I will have many videos to come using these things. So that is kind of a quick review of the Turtle Beach PX22 headset. And again, I'm going to do probably a short video showing you how to do the separate sound setup for the microphone and the headphones themselves, and then give you a mic test. I'll be recording that with this headset, so you will be able to hear at least how it sounds. I'll probably upload that right along with when I do upload the actual review. So the Turtle Beach PX22s, they work for the PC, Xbox 360, and PS3, and presumably the new consoles as well. And yeah, they're available now. They range, like I said, between probably $50-$55 to about $80, depending on where you find them. So far, I am pleased with my purchase. So we'll wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time, I will talk to you guys again later. Stop recording video. Button. Stop recording video. Stop recording video.